Well, thank you very much, and welcome once again to Where Are They Now? And a first for all the years we've been doing this. Not necessarily a father-son combination back-to-back, but you heard Big Country in the open, and of course Trey Reeves, as we've been kind of promoting the last couple hours, joining us now. Trey's on his way from visiting country and his family. Trey, lots to cover, my man, but you're on the road right now, heading down to the Dallas area, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm kind of giving it away a little bit, but we want to expand on. You've been a busy guy since you left Oklahoma State, for sure. You're a married man now. You've also secured a spot at Harvard and will be starting a law degree journey there in the fall. Man, you kind of bunching up big things in a little period of time.
Yeah, it's been go, 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 nonstop for me, but all great things, all great things. Harvard, I'm excited about. And then, as you mentioned, got to marry my beautiful wife a couple weeks ago and couldn't be more excited about that. So it's all been great.
You know, we were joking last night. I mean, if you had just given us the opportunity to talk to her first, then maybe she would have had a different idea, right? I mean, she might not have jumped into this thing with both feet. But nonetheless, congratulations.
Luckily for me, she didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah, you would have had too many people jumping up to give advice, right? And you wouldn't have wanted that happen for sure. Tell us about her, though. What do we know about the new Mrs. Reeves?
Okay, her name's Stefa. She is from Frisco, Texas, which is in the Dallas area, and met her at Oklahoma State, and she studied accounting as well. Got her master's in accounting, and more importantly than that, I mean, that's all the technical side of stuff, but she's about the sweetest person I've met, most beautiful. I mean, I couldn't be more lucky. I married way above my level on this one. Overshot myself completely here.
Hey, let me tell you, at least you admit it, though, and that's a good thing. You're admitting it on the ground floor. That'll serve you well as you continue on, and hopefully many, many more years. So congratulations once again. Hey,
thank you.
Kind of take us into this Harvard thing. How did this all come about?
Well, like as I kind of alluded to there, I did study accounting at Oklahoma State, and about halfway through my time, and I minored in finance, kind of had the hopes of being a CPA and practicing in that area of things. About halfway through, I started looking at, about halfway through my time at Oklahoma State, started seeing some opportunity. If you add the law degree along with it, and kind of just what kind of doors that could open. Thought I could take advantage of that. Thought I could use kind of my, my traits and my strengths, and pair the accounting background with the law degree. So went into the process a little blind. It's quite the process to get in, but set my goals high. Ended up with several offers from upper tier schools, but it was, at the end of the day, it was hard to turn down acceptance from Harvard.
Well, can you remember when you got the notification that you're accepted? Come on in.
Oh yeah, I was actually at my fiance at the time. I was at her house, and they were out doing something, and couldn't call her. She was busy. Couldn't call. I called my parents. They were busy. They didn't answer the phone. So I was as excited as could be, and couldn't tell anybody for about 20 minutes. And that was quite the challenge, I think.
As you look at it now, I mean, that's quite an endeavor. It's a 3-year deal, as you were telling me. You're moving literally halfway across the country. Probably not too much of a similarity, I'm guessing, between Gans, Stillwater, and the Boston area. Now you may find some similarities, but a whole different lifestyle, huh?
Yes, it'll be quite the move. Gans to Stillwater that's already a bit different, but Stillwater is still at the heart of it, it's an agricultural college town, and state school, things like that. It's not. I have a feeling we're about to jump into a whole new lifestyle, a whole new world. I'd imagine going up north.
Well, you seem to be pretty adaptable, and you were when you were here, and you kind of take things as they come. I don't see that'll be a big problem for you, but it'll be different for sure. And now you can get your family to come up there, visit up there. They have to come make plane reservations, get on up there and visit.
Yeah, I think my side of the family, my parents, and also my wife's side, I think they're already all chomping at the bit to take a plane, check out, or where we'll be at.
What's the kind of game plan? You're going to leave maybe end of July, is that correct? To just get up there and look around?
Yeah, end of July, maybe first part of August, first half of August. Get up there, school starts in September, so give a little time to settle in, hopefully, before we get this thing rolling.
I would imagine, too, having to look around and find a place to live and all that. I mean, that can be unsettling, but again, both of you sound like you are pretty patient and confident pair, so I don't think that'll be a problem.
Yeah, I hope it's not an issue. We're in the process of it right now, being as confident and as doing our research on the front end so we can be as knowledgeable as can be. But we're in that process right now. But finding an apartment in Boston is much different than what we're used to looking at anything in Oklahoma or even in Texas.
I hate to even bring it up, but I can tell you one of the biggest things you'll find different between having an apartment in Boston and one down in this area has to do with the rent. It'll be a little different.
Yes, that hits you hard as soon as you start looking. That hits you hard right off the bat. And it's a whole lot smaller of a place, too.
What does a going into a law degree program, what does that entail? I mean, we're talking, you said 3 years, but how many hours a semester? How many hours a day? What do you do there?
You know what? I wish I could give you a better answer. I'm going in a bit. I think a lot of that I'm going to have to learn as I get there. But, talking to people on the side of students that are already there, talking to people that have been through law school, I think all 3 years are pretty. I mean, it's pretty. Pretty. You got to stay after it. But I think especially the first year is pretty. You got your nose in the book almost all the time. It's definitely a full-time job plus some between classes and that, internships over the summer, and I think that we're about to be stepping off into the deep end here and just staying after it pretty well all the time with this.
Will it feel different, although you have been gone for a while, but there'll be no reporting to Gallagher-Iba and getting the shoes laced up and the uni on and going out and running laps and getting in shape for the season. I mean, those days are gone. I got to feel a little different for you.
Those days are gone. It has, and I'll tell you, it's still different so far. It's been. I mean, I've obviously tried to take advantage of the time, extra time I've had, as you can tell. But especially the season started getting around, and I've missed it. It's been. I mean, those were 4 of the best years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Those were. I tried to take advantage of those and make the most of them as I could. And I honestly feel like I did, and couldn't have asked for a better experience. We went to a couple games this past year, and it definitely was a little different, but it was. I loved it though. I love it all. Love the atmosphere. Love the program. I'll still be rocking my orange and black and my Pokes gear up in Boston. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know how many games, how much time you'll have to actually watch them, but I got to feel like when Oklahoma State's on, you'll be finding a way somewhere to get in front of that TV screen.
Oh, for sure. And if they ever make their way, within the next 3 years, if they make their way up there, I'll be doing, like we said, law school is going to be a full-time job plus some, but if there's any chance, I'll be trying to make my way towards them.
Hey, you ought to tell Boynton, hey, start scheduling, maybe get us a tournament up there where I can come watch.
That's exactly right. We need to work on that.
Well, I'll kind of drop a hint for you. Again, you've been gone enough. It's not like you just left yesterday, but you've kept up with some of your former teammates, and a couple of them have made some moves here. I mean, I just saw Wood Desagua, I think, ended up with St. Louis as a GA, I believe. And I don't know, there was one other that's escaping me, another one who's gone to St. Louis. Might be Phil. Maybe Phil went there.
Phil Forte.
Yeah.
Phil Forte. Yeah, Thomas got the GA spot in St. Louis, and Phil just I saw the news, I think yesterday, that he ended up as an assistant coach there. So that'll be I'm excited for both of them, especially getting to do that together.
Do you keep in touch with some of these guys? I mean, you made lifelong friendships with them, and you guys were very close when you played here, and you had a huge role on this basketball team when they were here. It's hard when you're off doing your own thing, but have you been able to follow many of them?
Oh yeah, I keep up with several of them, and it's not always the day-to-day, but we keep in touch and keep up with each other. Quite honestly, with several of them, and Thomas and Lindy were actually able to make it down to the wedding.
Yes, how about that?
And Coach Mike came to the wedding, and that was after a long weekend. I think he made a couple more all around the country of other former players of that same weekend as mine. But Coach Mike was able to make the wedding, and Thomas and Lindy. So that was a huge deal to me to see those guys get to catch up a bit in person, and to see them make the trip down and make that effort to come see me and my wife on that day.
Is Lindy still playing?
He has been playing in Enid for the Outlaws, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if the season's still going on, but he's been playing for Enid for the Outlaws.
I know.
And then
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to tell you, Cam McGriff. He was going to make it to the wedding too, but he was playing overseas, and I think he just got back in a few days ago into Oklahoma. He was not even in the States when the wedding came, or he would have made it too. But like I said, I keep in touch with all of them.
Yeah, I talked to Thomas a couple of days ago, and did he play in Lithuania? He was playing overseas somewhere, I think, wasn't he?
He did, in Lithuania, and I think he had a pretty good season. Kept up with him the best I could, and I think he had some success this year, and I guess he's wanting to try his hand at the other side of things a bit.
You know, so many people when you were here came up with this question, this premise when they interviewed you, and you were consistent with your answer. You know, you could have gone to play elsewhere. You could have played at other schools and probably played a lot. But you never wavered the fact that, you know, this was Oklahoma State, was in your DNA, so to speak, because of your dad, and you never wavered from that. I assume it's still the same way.
Oh, of course. Like I said, I mean, I've worn orange and black since I can remember, and you won't see that changing anytime soon. It's, you know, that's kind of, you know, you hear people bleed orange. I think I'm about as literal of a representation as you could find. You know, the playing time was never an issue for me. I had, you know, I was more proud to put on that jersey and had realized just how blessed and how great of a position I was. And I was in, and, you know, every time I got to put that thing on, every time I got to put on the practice jersey, every time I got to step out on the hardwood at Gallagher Iba or on a trip with the teammates, I just wanted to make whatever kind of difference I could, and I felt I was able to find my role in that, find my niche, and kind of just keep going. And I think that people did see that, and I think that, like you said, I think people know I'm Oklahoma State through and through.
And the beauty of it was it wasn't something that was forced upon you. It wasn't like country said, hey, you're going there no matter what. I mean, that was never the case. But it was an obvious choice because you were an Oklahoma Stater almost from the time you were toddling around. So that probably wasn't a surprise. I want to get into one of the not a highlight, but it was a memorable night, the night Spencer Sutton was on the floor as well. It was for an old-timer like myself, and having you out there. You remember that night?
I do. I thought that was I mean, everybody else talks about it a little bit, but I thought that was quite a neat moment too. I mean, I've known Spencer for a while, and we keep up a little bit, but I've known his family and I've known him. He used to come around to the house and everything else when he was younger. So that even made it even cooler for me than maybe somebody on the outside. I mean, I can see the same things everybody else sees with the tradition and the legacy and all that. But I mean, I thought that was extremely neat, just on that side. And also, I mean, this is somebody I grew up with, somebody I've known since I was young, and I definitely thought that was a cool moment.
Can you believe he's coaching? No, I guess you could with the name Sutton, but pretty successful on a high school level.
Yes, he is. I'm not surprised at all. I'm very, I mean, I love to see it, especially as young as he is and the success he's having. He got the Coach of the Year, I believe, and he's killing it down there. I mean, I love to see it, and, I mean, all the best to him.
I think in all the conversations we've had on and off the mic, and we had more off the mic than we had on the mic, but I don't know if I've ever asked you. Obviously, this is not coming up right now, and it may never come up. But did coaching ever cross your mind prior to what you're about to go into now?
It has, and I think that would be something that I think I'd fit in well with, and I think that I could find a way to succeed with that. I think I'd have a lot of fun with it. Right now, I don't necessarily know that that's in the cards, but maybe someday. I could definitely see that at some point.
I got to think you'd be one of the things, maybe not the first thing, but one of the things on the top of your list. You might be looking around to see, hey, where's there a game? Is there a pickup game somewhere I can go out here on a Wednesday night maybe for an hour or so or whatever and shoot some hoops and run up and down the floor again?
Oh, we're at Harvard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've already been looking into that, trying to figure out if we were going to be able to get some pickup games going, get a little scheduled action going. I mean, I trust me, that's already been on my mind, already been on my radar.
Well, and the beauty is there's always somebody, if there's a hoop and a goal and there's a ball, you can always find about 4 or 5 guys who want to go out and play, and you can, if nothing else, you can go out there for exercise. But I just can't imagine you getting too far away from the sport, even though your nose is going to be in the books.
No, I'll always, it'll be on my TV, it'll be on my mind, and I'll be out there as much as I can, whether it be a gym or whether it be a sidewalk with a goal outside.
I know you're on your way down, and I don't want to hold you up any longer. We appreciate the visit. We wanted to catch up, and we covered a lot of things. Certainly best of luck. I know our fans are going, man, if there's anybody who deserves this and deserves good fortune, it's a guy like Trey Reeves, because they appreciated what you meant here. There was a lot of love on your end for the school, but I can assure you there was a lot of love coming back to you from the other end.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. And to you and to everybody that came from, the fans, to the families, to the people all around the program. I mean, I don't know how many times I've had a chance to say this after, but I don't know who all wanted to hang around and listen to me, but whoever did, thank you for, all the love, all the support. It'll always be reciprocated by me, but I appreciate it all from you guys as well.
Hey, last thing, you're not gonna come back here in a year or two with that Boston accent, are you? I mean, yeah.
Oh, I hope not. But no, I'm just joking. I think if it happens, it'll be a bit of a mixed bag. I've lived out in the country too long for that to be completely gone, but there could be a little tone to that So we'll see.
Hey, I think you could bring some of that country charm into the classroom for the next 3 years. I think that probably would go well. That might play well up there. I don't know, but that's just my feeling on the thing.
It'll probably be quite the shock to them. I'm not sure how much of this they hear, but that'll be fine.
Hey, Trey, congratulations again on the marriage. Hopefully that continues to flourish in the years to come. And again, we'll stay close with you and see how your education is going as well. And I know that a lot of people who are glad to hear from you today, and I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Best of luck. We'll talk again.
All right, we'll talk again.
All right, buddy.
Yeah.
That is Trey Reeves.